Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, leaving a comment, leaving a like, or subscribing, all these things are very much appreciated as they do help the channel. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. Let's jump right into it. EOS co-founder, his name is Dan Larimer, has shared details of how his new vision, dubbed Fractally, will become the DAO of DAOs. Popular software programmer and co-founder of BitShares, Steem, and EOS, Dan Larimer recently announced the rebranding of his earlier endeavors. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago, we had news at the end of last year that apparently a lot of people who were very close to the EOS cryptocurrency project were not too happy with the company known as Block One, who were the creators of EOS, basically stating that during the course of their ICO, which I believe took place in 2017, they raised around or above $4 billion, which was the largest ICO of all time. And apparently, from what we've read in the news, they have done diddly squat with the money that they actually received. So we had news at the end of last year, once again, that the EOS community had voted to lock up the funds of Block One, basically kicking them out of, the project, basically saying, you've done nothing. Why are we allocating all this money to you? And now one of the original creators, Dan Larimer, who stepped away from the project in the very beginning, apparently is now stepping back in to reignite the project and also to work on the actual upgrades that we were told that we were going to get in 2018. That's a good way of saying it. In a press release shared with Crypto Potato, Larimer noted that his new vision, dubbed Fractally, will deliver the original EOS vision of 2017 to the modern crypto market. He claimed that Fractally will be based upon a unique blend of decentralized exchange, a social media platform, a high-performance smart contract network, and a decentralized governance process. According to Larimer, the new project will be built on lessons he learned from his previous ventures, including one of the first and highest-performing decentralized exchanges, BitShares, and the first decentralized social media platform known as Steem. Back in 2013, Larimer invented the concept of a decentralized autonomous company, or a DAC, upon which BitShares was built. Currently, the term DAC is now popularly referred to as a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. So, as it stands right now, even from the wording and from what I've put together from articles online, I am not sure. Now, here's the really weird part. I'm not sure if this is actually even going to be built on top of EOS. The idea is, from what we've just gone over, is that it will be the original idea of what EOS should have been. I do not know if Fractally is going to be a coin, if Fractally is going to be a layer around EOS, or if Fractally is going to be something that is built on top of EOS that allows for new things to happen on. I think it says somewhere around exactly what it's going to be. Fractally will produce an EOS-based application that is just as powerful and even easier to use, also incorporating most recent advancements in automated markets. Where's the actual thing? It says what it's going to be. I think it's going to be a social media platform. It's going to be a decentralized exchange. It's going to be, I think, a cryptocurrency, something else. There's going to be trading on it. There's going to be liquidity, and I think even an NFT platform as well. So, once again, tons of confusion, never an actual answer from anything from the side of EOS. I do think that if this is going to be built on top of EOS, I think this will be the kick in the backside that everyone has been waiting for the project to actually ignite it forward, especially with all the 8 things that should have actually been on top of EOS finally being built on top of them. But if this is a secondary brand new thing, I think this will crumble just as fast as everything else, because we've had the problem before in the cryptocurrency space that instead of building directly on top of a major project and trying to give it extra strength for the original project, a lot of things that are brand new, they're around for maybe half a year or a year, and then they completely disappear, and it usually ends up being some type of a cash grab, just being honest. But once again, If this is actually built on top of EOS, which it really says it nowhere, but this news is being touted as EOS 2.0 upgrade, if you will, then it'll be major. But until then, when we find out, let's move on. Next up, Binance has partnered with PaySafe, which will allow euro deposits and withdrawals via the SEPA payment network. They said the full reopening of SEPA channels will scale up across the market in due course. Cryptocurrency exchange Binance announced on Wednesday that it had reopened euro bank transfers by SEPA. They said Binance has partnered with PaySafe to launch the pilot program for euro deposit and withdrawals via the SEPA payment network. Users are selected based on a range of testing criteria to participate in the pilot program. The full reopening of SEPA channels will scale up across the market in due course. Apparently, this will begin in Belgium and in Bulgaria first. And it says, the cryptocurrency exchange has been facing scrutiny in a number of jurisdictions worldwide. I mean, basically is this Pakistan, Canada, US, UK, South Africa, Australia, Norway, Netherlands, Hong Kong, Germany, Italy, India, Malaysia, Singapore, Turkey, and Lithuania. Some of those countries, question mark, because they were talking about banning cryptocurrencies when we knew that they weren't going to do it. As it stands right now, Binance continues to expand ever more. I don't even think many people even knew that they had stopped euro payments. I mean, I myself did not, and it was not a really spoken about topic that this had actually ever even taken place. So and basically meaning we have other cryptocurrency exchanges that people simply could have used to buy their crypto with euros, and now apparently you can also redo it once again on Binance. I do hope very much so that, if we are going to get regulations, as we've been told is going to happen for the last 39 and a half years, that they simply just happen, because the only reason why these payments were stopped, I assume, was because of regulations, because Binance did not have a physical location in all of these countries, and therefore they had a problem with it. So, Binance once again has euro payments for those of you who are in the Eurozone and were hankering for some Binance. There you go. Yeah. Let's move on. Next up in crypto adoption news, Real Bedford, the world's first football club to operate on a Bitcoin standard, has formed a partnership with payment processing company OpenNode to further empower its goal of accepting Bitcoin for all of its club's products and services. The club's choice for payment processing came a week after Real Bedford announced its Bitcoin custody strategy earlier this month. The English football club partnered with Bitcoin security company Casa to employ a multi-signature self-custody storage cold solution to safeguard its Bitcoin. The OpenNode integration will allow Real Bedford FC to accept Bitcoin for game tickets, online and in person, merchandise, sponsorship, and concession sales at games. The club also plans to start paying players and staff with Bitcoin in the near future. It begins. We were talking about this so many other times. I think it's just completely logical at this point that is only going to continue. We had, I believe, one sports star sometime last summer who announced that they were going to be accepting Bitcoin as a payment for their sports work. And then we got news that a second one was doing it and a third one. And by the time we got like half of a team of basketball players, that's when all the mayors around the states, began to announce that they were going to be accepting Bitcoin as well for their first, second, third, or every single paycheck henceforth. And now this year we're getting tons of like entire teams who are accepting Bitcoin as payment or payment for the entire thing with Bitcoin. And no real word as to if, what do you call it? What? Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, anyway, if they're going to be using a Lightning Network. There we go. OpenNode facilitates Bitcoin payments and payouts with companies wishing to plug a hosting page. Yeah, Bitcoin on-chain and on Lightning. Okay, it makes a lot more sense then. So yeah, cool. Wonderful. Glad to hear this. It is, I think, just complete logic that this is going to continue happening. So I really have no idea what else to say on this. It's more of a, This has happened. It's going to continue to happen, and more teams are going to be doing this in the future. And I told you, in about 5 years, if you're not accepting Bitcoin, I think people will just look a little weird because, I assume that. Anyway, that's the football news. Woo! Alrighty. Let's move on. Next up, just 2 days. Just 2 days after Twitter unveiled the feature to add NFTs to one's profile picture, another social media giant, Reddit, is reportedly making a similar move. As per the report, Reddit is testing a feature that allows its users to set up any NFT as their profile, or rather something that they own, as their own profile picture. Note that this is different from its Ethereum-based NFTs dubbed Crypto Snoop, released last year. However, the engineers at Reddit haven't yet decided on how Reddit support for NFTs would work. If you remember, we got news, like it says on the screen, that Twitter announced before that they were going to allow people who had NFTs to actually make it their profile picture. So it will not be, I think the normal thing is a circle on Twitter, but it's going to be like a light-edged hexagon. From what we heard, it has like no actual edges on it. It's simply like a, lightly blurred out. This is because apparently, sure, why not? We're in the future. A lot of people were not in possession of NFTs, but they were using it as their profile picture. And I believe that a lot of celebrities were pretty upset because they were like, hey, I own said piece of art. And Twitter was like, oh, can you prove it? And now this is the way of actually proving it. I'm not sure exactly what the process is. If you have to send them the photo or you standing next to it smiling, I really don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. But now every other platform is also trying to do the exact same thing. I'm not sure if this is actually going to happen because Reddit and a number of other, not even smaller platforms, just not as large as Twitter, have had or seen significant amount of backlash from their users who don't really understand NFTs, don't want to understand NFTs, or if you try to explain to them that some of these NFTs are or will be in the future carbon neutral, they simply don't want to hear it. So this is what I mean, like, can Reddit actually do this without losing tons of their followers because people don't like NFTs? Gigantic question mark in the sky. So yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Or rather, I assume they're going to try and make it happen. But it's a matter of, you must have heard the news over the last couple of weeks. Every time that any company has announced that they're going to be doing anything with NFTs, people have completely flipped out because they have the mantra in their head that NFTs are using as much electricity as Bitcoin and therefore are the worst thing on the planet. And then once again, these people are usually driving Hummers and, taking flights everywhere. Anyway, that's the Reddit, maybe, trying to allow people to use their NFT as their profile picture news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, the number of global crypto owners is expected to exceed 1 billion by the end of this year, according to a report by the website Crypto. They said nations can no longer afford to ignore the growing push to crypto by the public. We may in some cases expect a friendlier stance towards the crypto industry. The website Crypto released its crypto market sizing report last week, showing an analysis of cryptocurrency adoption worldwide. The global crypto population increased by 178% in 2021, rising from 106 million in January to 295 million in December. They said, elaborating, the number of crypto users is expected to break 1 billion by the end of this year. So first of all, backing it up a little tiny bit, if that actually ends up happening, we should, by all logical accounts, have brand new all-time highs within the cryptocurrency market. The cryptocurrency market continues to expand. It's been expected or believed for quite a bit of time that the amount of people who are, in the entirety within the market was roughly around 100 million people. But this is also a number that we got thrown around since even 2017, and I don't think people really know the exact number anymore. If we were over 295 million people on the planet who were into cryptocurrencies a month and some days ago, that's insane. The idea of by the end of this year, having 1 out of every 7 people on the planet into cryptocurrencies in some sort of way is absolutely monstrous. When you talk about adoption, and also once again, the reason why the cryptocurrency market is still so low, gigantic question marks sprawl through the sky because adoption is clearly there. Like, even during the course of the market moving downwards, how many of you were still buying crypto? How many other people who aren't even watching this channel were still buying crypto? How many other multi-millionaires were buying crypto? And the billionaires and the companies and the corporations? How many new people were getting into the market? So, yeah, we have no choice. Time has to move forward. So we will see by the end of this year, I'm sure. Any single time that not the word isn't ceremonial, big numbers end up, I can't find the word. Major numbers end up getting into the cryptocurrency space, i.e., Bitcoin is transacting over $1 billion per day. Bitcoin is transacting $1 trillion per month. There are now 100 million people in the cryptocurrency space. If we do end up crossing the billion people number sometime this year, we will definitely be hearing about it. Anyway, that's the Bitcoin crypto adoption news, because it just seems completely logical, especially as inflation continues to ruin people's bank accounts, especially with negative interest rates. Here's the actual report right here. It's 19 pages long. Not going to scroll through the whole thing, just kind of giving you a little taste of what it looks like. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's the adoption news. Yeah. Let's move on. And to finish things off, this is just a continuation, or rather an answer to what we were talking about before. We had news a month and some change ago that apparently the people from New York DIG had partnered with a number of banks in the United States to begin offering cryptocurrency services to their clients, i.e. you can buy Bitcoin, you can sell Bitcoin, you can trade Bitcoin, etc., etc., etc. One of the other videos that I made, the number was nowhere in the actual article, and I was like, maybe it's 50 banks, and I was like, is it 300? I was like, no, 300 sounds too high. So yeah, I found it once again. Apparently, it's actually 300 banks in the United States are going to begin offering cryptocurrencies this year. I think we've heard about 5 thus far, so far this year, who have partnered with New York DIG and have already begun to offer Bitcoin services to their customers. The only one I can remember is Flushing, because it's called Flushing Bank, so it kind of stands out over the rest of them. But yeah, the number's 300. Just thought I'd let everyone else know. Once again, 300 banks within the United States are going to offer Bitcoin services and trading, and still people doubt that Bitcoin is going to be around for a long time. Aha. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely bus gone. Fantastic. People were asking, once again, this is the second time I'm mentioning this, in the other video that I did, the other news I missed video, someone was asking before that one what the name of this website is, just in case you missed the other video. Now I'm saying it again. The name of this website that shows the actual transactions moving in like South Park-based looking characters that get onto buses and then the bus goes to the blockchain is called TX Street. TX Street. Right. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.